डी शिवानंदन साहब के पास जाना चाहूंगा, पुलिस कमिश्नर रहे हैं मुंबई पुलिस के, कि मैं बहुत बेसिक सी चीज आपसे पूछना चाह रहा हूं। क्या आम नागरिक की स्पाइंग करने का अधिकार संविधान देता है? बहुत बेसिक चीज। मैं अगर अपने घर में रहता हूं, कमाता खाता हूं वहां, तो क्या आप मेरा संविधान इस बात का अधिकार देता है कि मेरी स्पाइंग भी होने लगे?
Yes, the constitution of the country does not give you all full fundamental rights to enjoy all fundamental rights, provided national security is involved in that and you are indulging in any unlawful activities which the government is duty bound to prevent. So that being that, telephone tapping, since we are on the Pegasus story, I would like to say, telephone tapping is entry into privacy and ruining of privacy. But that is also allowed from 1885, the Indian Telegraphic Act, but provided it involves national security, prevention of crime. For example, it's a life and threat matter. Somebody is kidnapped, your child is kidnapped, the child has to be recovered with life, alive. Under such circumstances, we can do that. The Commissioner of Police can even order the company to allow them access and then go to the Additional Chief Secretary and get his permission, regularize it and things like that. These are all regularized. But sir, we are talking about Pegasus, which is completely unauthorized. It is hacking into the system. Hacking is a crime. And this is not listening to telephone conversation alone. Can you please go to the next one, sir, if you want to ask? Please.
Yes.
I don't want to launch into a diatribe. You ask me questions, I will answer.
Okay. So you have another 10-15 minutes?
Sir, of course I have got. So if you allow me to say why Pegasus is not equivalent of telephone tapping, I would like to... Sir?
Please elaborate on that, sir.
Allow me 2 minutes, sir. Yes. And then I'll wait for your question. Yes. The Pegasus spyware can copy messages that are sent or received. It can harvest photographs and record calls. It can secretly film through the phone's camera or can potentially pinpoint where you are, where you have been, and what you have been doing. And it can harvest more or less any information or extract any file from your phone. So this is the capability of the Pegasus software. And the point is that it's a weapon grade, military grade software done by a company called NSO. I want to kindly bring to your notice and to your viewers that there are other companies in the Israeli country, Israel, that they have come up with better software than this. I hope people are aware about it, or you can imagine. What we are talking is about a software created in 2018, and we were aware that it was brought into this country and people did not pay attention. I used to deliver lectures to all the audiences which were listening that what's your WhatsApp and encryption, decryption, it doesn't work at all. Don't believe that what you believe is right. That's what I used to say. But the point is nobody bothered about it. And today the government says that neither we have done it nor we have not done it. So at that level, unless people come up with their mobile phones and get it examined by the American lab or any other equivalent lab in the country and prove that this has been introduced in my phone, we can't say that this Pegasus has, because this intrusion is so soft, neither the service provider, nor the phone owner, nor anybody else can ever realize this Pegasus has been introduced into my system. The most worrying for an ordinary citizen like you is that I can introduce elements of evidence into your system and then can pinpoint and then take legal action against you. It will be almost very difficult for you to prove, to go to the court, to the High Court and Supreme Court and say that my system was clean, somebody else has introduced these things into. So normal criminals were doing it. We have many cases where I can introduce a pornography picture or any other thing into your system and then claim extortion money. This was happening as a part of crime. But this intrusion completely of switching on your phone and recording your movements and complete intrusion, I mean, it's a complete control. It is unthinkable. And Indian Telegraphic Act or Indian IT Act 2000 or any other amendment does not allow this complete control of your system. So if it is hacking done by you or done by me or done by anybody, it is a crime. It is unthinkable that this kind of a software. But again, I'm warning there could be a better software about which we are not aware, which can do much better than what the NSO has done.
सिवनंदन साहब, मैं एक चीज और जल्दी से आपसे ये समझना चाहूंगा कि जो पेगासस का इतना लंबा चल रहा था, उस पर वेस्ट बंगाल गवर्नमेंट ने एक कमीशन ऑफ इंक्वायरी बिठा दिया था. एज अ एक्स पुलिसमैन, जहां पे आपने ये सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी आपकी थी, क्या ये वेस्ट बंगाल गवर्नमेंट का कदम उचित था? क्योंकि एक तरफ नेशनल सिक्योरिटी की बात चल रही थी और उन्होंने एक कमीशन ऑफ इंक्वायरी बिठा दिया.
See, West Bengal government, whatever they are doing or whatever is under that Enquiries Commission Act, उसके मुताबिक उन्होंने बनाया है. So whether it is legal or not and all, anybody can go to the Supreme Court and then challenge that and all. That is a different matter. But when you are a commission is formed under a particular act, then they have certain legal thing. But the question is, sir, simple. What evidence they can have access to? Like if they are summoning the cabinet secretary or the home secretary and ask them to produce all the registers and all that. In telephone tapping, I'm telling you, sir, earlier, one of your panelists who spoke before, Abhinandan, said it is national security matter. Now, my question is, if it is national security, on telephone tapping, I got a register, I got an application to Additional Chief Secretary Home, it is reviewed by the Chief Secretary of the state, Cabinet Secretary in the government, and then Lord Judiciary Secretary is sitting there, and the DG is sitting there. And they are also finding out how many telephones are you tapping, what is the evidence you gathered, and whether it is necessary to prolong the permission and give them more extension of time. Now, in this matter, which is such a great national security matter, if all these steps have been followed, there is no provision, there is no law to do all these things, it's a different matter. But agar High Supreme Court mein, if that Solicitor General has said that it's a national security, but then did you follow any procedure? Do you have any such papers, any register, any evidence that you have done this or not done this? So the West Bengal Commission, I would like to know in the later course, some other day we will meet again like this, what is that evidence they had access to? They will have to summon the government of India or allegedly whoever is the agency who has done this usage of NSO software. Pegasus, किसने इस्तेमाल किया है? किसके ऊपर किया है? Where is the proof? Where is the evidence? What have you harvested? Did you get any information which is impinging on the national security and the threat to individual freedom? All these things is just not available. So what is that West Bengal Enquiry Commission going to do? Their existence is legal, I agree. But it is like, Pakistan appointing an inquiry commission in their country about some activity which has happened in my country. So they have no access to such kind of a thing. So they can't summon, as the Solicitor General says, where is the order? Where is the approval? Where is the record? All this is not existing because this is intrusion, this is hacking, and no authority is given in the law to do all those activities which this spyware is capable of doing. And again, as Mr. Sikri said, not Mr. Sikri, the other person said, going alone and talking to any person is also not safe because that other man will be carrying a mobile phone on, or he will be having a pen or a pin or something which is stapled to his shirt or anything like that. Or he'll be wearing a specs like this, which will have a camera here and he'll be transmitting. So today, not only speaking loudly or softly, even if you think loudly, somebody can record that. So my warning is, the earlier technical person said, "Aapka mobile mein saaf hona chahiye. We are getting it checked and all that." But when there is no trace, nobody can trace it. What kind of a hygiene checking are you doing in your systems? Because there is no trace. You can't do that. And if you want to check, in this case, you go to USA, to that particular company and get it done. Tab tak aapka kaam kaun karega? Aapka mobile and computer systems all have to be used for your business which you are doing. So, like Sachin Vajay left his house and came all the way and left his mobile phone in the office and all, fantastic, very intelligent. But he didn't know that there are 5,000 cameras or maybe 10,000 cameras, which is recording from the minute he left his house CCTV camera, later on the road, toll naka, everywhere. His alleged car which is used there and his official car following, it is recorded. Now, any investigating agency can lay its hands on that. So now how can you go alone, one-to-one, and do that? It is just not possible today. So my suggestion is that either you be clean or otherwise be worried about it.
नहीं, Sivanandan साहब, I will just ask one more question leading to that. Even suppose tomorrow commission of inquiry is instituted or someone, and it is proved that so and so उनका वो स्पाईवेयर लगा वहां पे. अब अगर वो लगा और मेरी निजता का उल्लंघन हुआ, मेरे ऊपर लगा और मेरे घर में मेरी वाइफ का, मेरी लड़की का, वो तो क्या होगा इसमें? मतलब अगर ये प्रूव भी हो जाएंगे तो जैसे सरकार के यहाँ आज की तारीख में क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं.
No, whoever if the Sarkar says we have not authorized it, and if any individual in the Sarkar has done, if it is proved that hacking has been done, proved beyond a shadow of doubt in the court of law, they will get punishment. Under the IT Act, it is 3 years punishment for telephone tapping illegally. Under MOCA, MCOCA, Maharashtra Organized Crime Control Act, telephone tapping illegally is again punishable offense. So under the same way, hacking, whatever the Information Technology Act 2000 prescribes for punishment as hacking, that should be made applicable to that individual who has used NSO without the government procedure.
No, I will extend the logic or illogic, whatever you say, because you have to read between the lines. एक तरफ स्टैंड ये हो रहा है कि इस डिपार्टमेंट ने नहीं यूज किया. दे आर नॉट टेलिंग कि गवर्नमेंट हैज नॉट यूज्ड. आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ अ सिचुएशन, अ हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन कि गवर्नमेंट हैज यूज्ड अगेंस्ट मी. आप बहुत से केसेस आज लगाए जाते हैं और 10 साल जेल में रहने के बाद पता लगता है कि नहीं, चार्जेस आर नॉट प्रूव्ड, नॉट फाउंड गिल्टी, एंड देयर इज नो मैकेनिज्म वेयर द मैन हु हैज मेड दोस चार्जेस उसको कुछ होता हो. सेम वे हियर, इवन इफ द गवर्नमेंट हैज डन, उसने मेरा तो खराब कर दिया ना, मेरा लड़का, मेरी लड़की, मेरा वो, he has done whatever. तो what is the way out? ये कैसे? Who is going to decide that?
See, nobody, as on today, when the science and technology is galloping by the minute, as we are talking, more and more software is coming. For example, Bhima Koregaon case, आप जानते हैं, जिसमें somebody introduced this evidence. Now, as and when the case comes for trial, you have to prove that so and so has introduced this to you. ये तो uphill task हो गया ना साहब. Yes. I don't think any ordinary individual can have access to so many things and say that Mr. Sivanandan has intruded in my system and introduced this. Yes. If you can prove that, then the court of law can take action against me that I have violated the Information Technology Act 2000 by hacking into the system and introducing evidence. Introducing evidence or destruction of evidence, all will come under various sections of law. But my point is, it will be almost impossible to wait for the trial to start and your lawyer to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that within the circle of government, a particular now today government is not saying yes, we have done that. They have not said that neither have a procedure nor a law nor a system, neither the court nor everything is there for the telephone tapping. But for hacking and switching on your camera in the middle of the night and recording your activity, there is no system. So now it will be only left to the individual allegedly who has been wronged by the system. We have to wait until the court of law wakes up and comes up with various punishments and things like that. But as on today, if somebody can prove that in the government, an individual overriding the government's worry about yours and my privacy, he has done it on his, like a rogue elephant. He has become a rogue in the government and he has used all these things. That has to be proved beyond the shadow of doubt and get him punished under hacking, whatever, 3 years or whatever it is at. But sir, that I don't see coming in a very recent times. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. We are up against the wall. We are up against the wall, and we have to worry that, as the technology person said, that we have to only be leaving all these things behind. And if you have seen a movie of 1998, I think, State of the Enemy, where Will Smith comes, all over the body he has been stapled with devices which can give his location. That is a good 22, 23 years before. Back. Yes. Now, if you are doing today, what all things can be done? All my hair, at the end of whatever hair I got, end of the root of it, you can plant devices. Yes, so by a surgery, even Afghanistan, these Al-Qaeda guys do a surgery. They plant a bomb and send a goat or a dog into your area and blast it from remote. So in my body, do I have chips? Okay, I'm coming to meet you, but in case there is a like here in the arm, I'm carrying a chip which can pick up the signals. What will you do about it?
Yes,
we are in a, sir, to sum up in my summing up is that we are in a far technologically advanced situation. As we are speaking, we are coming with more and more new products. So at that time, the law, IT Act or Indian Telephone Act of 1885 cannot be running with us and go on covering our individual liberty and privacy and various other things. So that's a problem. That's a problem as we are evolving. We have to be sacrificial goats. Either me or you or anybody has to be a sacrificial goat. But if somebody in the poster generation, next generation, if somebody can come up with a better law and protect their privacy and other things, okay, God save them from the government.
Yes.
God save them from the government. That is my point.
अगर आपको दी पब्लिक के कार्यक्रम पसंद आते हैं तो इन्हें लाइक करें। अगर आप इस वीडियो को YouTube पर देख रहे हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, और अगर आप इसे Facebook पर देख रहे हैं तो दी पब्लिक के पेज को लाइक करें। अगर आप चाहते हैं कि हम निष्पक्ष पत्रकारिता को जारी रखते हुए आपसे जुड़े मुद्दों पर सवाल उठाते रहें तो हमें सहयोग करें। आपका छोटा से छोटा सहयोग भी इस मुहिम को जारी रखने में हमें ताकत देगा। डोनेट करने के लिए डिटेल्स जो हैं वो डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दी गई हैं। धन्यवाद।